continue our lesson, the First World War, and today we'll discuss the reason of American entry into the First World War. Welcome to the history class. We are to continue our lesson, the First World War. Let's go through the learning objectives of the topic. The learning objectives of the topic are: crisis leading to the outbreak of the war, condition of Europe on the eve of 20th century, Anglo-German rivalry, factors leading to the formation of Triple Entente, the crisis in the Balkan Wars, the Austro-Serbian rivalry and Sarajevo murder, the course of the First World War, warfare or technology of the First World War, why did the USA join the First World War, and causes of defeat of Germany in 1918. We had already discussed about the crisis leading to outbreak of the war, condition of Europe on the eve of 20th century, Anglo-German rivalry, factor leading to the formation of Triple Entente. We have done the crisis in the Balkan Wars, Austro-Serbian rivalry and Sarajevo murder, the course of the First World War, warfare or technology of the First World War. And in this module, we are going to discuss why did the USA join the First World War and change the course of the First World War. Before going ahead, let's discuss the new terms of the topic. Isolation, to remain itself away from the world politics. Belligerent, powerful or strong. Unrestrained, without any restriction. Monolithic, formed of a single large stone. And the last term is monarchy, the rule of king or queen. In this module, we are going to discuss the reason of US entry in World War I. We'll discuss all these points that you're seeing on your screen. We'll discuss the unrestricted German submarine warfare, Lusitania, the treaties, the Zimmermann Notes, and the Sussex Pledge, which was taken by America. Why did the USA join the First World War? What were America's contribution to Allied victory? President Monroe announced the Monroe Doctrine in 1823, which said that Europe should not interfere in America. America is for Americans. Similarly, he also said America should not interfere in the matters of Europe. She should keep herself in isolation. Since then, up to the outbreak of the First World War, America stood isolated. Even the outbreak of World War did not affect American isolation from 1914 till 1917. Monroe was the fifth American president who announced that America would not interfere in the European politics. He decided that America would remain away from the European politics in order to progress in the field of political, economic, and social areas. He was of view that America should not interfere in Europe, and similarly, European people did not have any right to interfere in America's internal policies. Even in the beginning of the First World War, though America was having close affinity with England, it did not support England openly. President James Monroe in 1823 adopted the policy of neutrality. That means America would not interfere in the politics of any other country and not would allow any country to interfere in its domestic policy. This was a policy adopted in order to develop America from all perspectives. The question is, why then did the USA join the war on behalf of the Allied in 1917? The apparent and most obvious cause of USA's joining the war was Germany's unrestrained submarine attack or neutral shipping. These attacks generally affected American ship movement, caused loss of merchandise and human life. America claimed that international law never permitted deliberate attack on shipping of neutral nations. This violated the doctrine of freedom of high seas. American patience broke down when German submarine droned a passenger liner, the Lusitania. Those who were droned belonged to the first governing families of USA. According to the international law, Germany and other countries who were involved in the First World War, they were not allowed to attack on those countries who were neutral to the World War. Still, Germany resorted to unrestrained submarine policy and attacked on the American ships. America was bearing it, tolerating it silently. But The freedom of high seas was neglected by Germany, and patience of America broke down when Lusitania was drowned by America. It was a England U-boat ship where American passengers were traveling, and most of the American passengers belonged to rich families. Let's understand the Lusitania episode. Lusitania was going through the Queen's-Stack and it was in danger area. There was immense fog and people could not see outside. A warning came from the British government that a submarine could be there, which made the captain and the crew alert, and they increased the speed of Lusitania. 22 centimeters was the target set by the German to attack on Lusitania. The Germans were keeping their eye on the target to see Lusitania. They hit a torpedo attack, and only with one attack, Lusitania was submerged under the water. Looking deeply, however, it is clear that American economic and commercial interests were badly affected by German submarine attack. American doctrine of freedom of neutral shipping on high sea was working for her economic interests. The American industrialists and armament producers hoped that they would sell shipload of resources and weapons to European belligerents and extract huge profit. It was not only drowning of Lusitania, actually it was the economic interest of America which was in danger. The American industrialists and weapon producers, because America was neutral country, was earning a lot of money by giving weapons to the strong European countries. By attacking on American ship, Germany had challenged America and it hurt the trade interest of America. The Anglo-French powers were their main buyer. On the other hand, Germany found that unless American supply of resources and weapons to Britain and France could not be stopped, it was difficult to lend their back. Hence, Germany resorted to the unrestrained submarine attack. America was not happy with German policy of unrestrained submarine as it was hurting their economic or commercial interest, but the Germans were having their own motive behind attacking the neutral ships of America, as America was giving weapons to England and France because England and France were the main buyers of weapons from America. Germany wanted to cut off or break off the supplies of weapons from America to England and France. Unrestrained submarine policy of Germany was a major reason that America joined the First World War. Germany protested that if her submarine warfare was illegal and violated freedom of navigation of seas, then blockade of Germany's coast was equally illegal. Why did the USA not protest against the blockade? American press replied that blockade did not affect the life of American citizens, while the submarine attack led to loss of American lives. Secondly, Germany's reply to American protest was haughty and arrogant. Germany's reply was that why did Americans travel in ships? They should keep at homes. Thirdly, Germany gave the warning that American ships should keep out of the German ring fence of submarine attack. When US press criticized Germany for unrestrained submarine policy, then Germany also protested and said, then if the submarine policy of Germany was wrong, then blockade of Germany by England and France was equally wrong. But American press sided with England and said the blockade of Germany by England and France was not hurting the lives of the American citizens. Germany's reply to American press was very haughty and very arrogant. It gave a very rubbish excuse that Americans should keep at home and they should not travel in the ships. They also gave a warning to the American government that Americans should keep itself away from the German ring fence of submarine attack or the area where Germany was attacking on the neutral ships if America wanted to keep itself safe. Role of President Wilson in America's entry in the First World War. President Wilson found that USA had three alternatives before her: to respect German warning and keep the USA's shipping out of the IP ring fence imposed by Germany, to tolerate silently the losses and remain neutral, to decide or to declare war against Germany, then President Wilson selected the last alternative. President Wilson, who was the 26th American president, was having three options. One, to remain silent and bear whatever Germany was doing by attacking the neutral ships of America. Second, to respect the Germans' warning and keep itself away from the German ring of fire. And third was to declare war against Germany. And President Wilson opted to attack on Germany by siding with the Allied powers in the First World War. Apart from above causes, politically, the US senators fear the balance of power would be dangerously affected if Anglo-French powers were defeated by Germany. In that case, Germany would stand as a monolithic rival of USA. The British Prime Minister, Lord Grey, warned the USA that Britain was fighting with Germany not for its own cause but for USA's interest also. The members of the Senate, which is the upper house of the American Congress or legislature, also wanted that America should join the First World War in favor of allies and against the Germany. Because if America would not help the Anglo-French alliance, then balance of power in Europe would be destroyed and it would adversely affect the interest of America, as Germany alone would stand as a rival of USA. Then, in order to maintain the balance of power in the world, Germany should be attacked from American side also by helping the Allied powers in the First World War. The cultural affinity between England and America was yet another reason that America joined the World War in favor of England and Allied powers. The majority of US citizens were descendants of Anglo-Saxon race to which Englishmen belonged. Their forefathers came to settle in America from England. Hence, racially, they felt affinity with England. England and France had democratic constitutions like that of USA, while Germany had an autocratic monarchy. Except from commercial or political interest, the people of USA also supported US help to Anglo-French alliance as they belonged to the same race. In the past, the people of England had settled down in America, so they were having close racial affinity with the people of England. The constitutions of England, America, and France were democratic, which allowed freedom of speech and expression, whereas in Germany, it was autocratic or dictatorship by the kings or the queens. So the people of America was much closer to England and France as compared to Germany. The American press supported Anglo-French powers out of emotion and sentiment. American bankers had given a lot of credit to Anglo-French power when the course of the war turned against them and Germany made a massive attack in 1916. The capitalist class pressurized their own government to give active support to the Allies, otherwise the money would be lost. Thus, economic as well as humanitarian factors drove USA to the vortex of Great War. American bankers, as America was neutral in the first phase of the First World War, had given a lot of money as loan to England and France. They feared that if Germany would win, their money would be lost. So it was the pressure exerted by the capitalists and the bankers which forced America to join First World War against Germany and to side and be a part of the Allied powers during First World War. Americans' contribution in the First World War. Now we will discuss USA's contribution to Allied victory. Broadly speaking, the war would never end in 1918 and Allied victory might be uncertain if USA remained neutral to the last. American resources and supplies put heavy pressure on Germany. The American soldiers lacked experience and skill of European warfare, but they had youth and unbound confidence. The Bolshevik Revolution of Russia and the withdrawal of Russia put the Anglo-French allies in the Western Front under great pressure. Had America not joined the First World War, the course of the First World War had been totally different, because in the initial year it was looking like that the Germany would win the First World War. It was America which entered the First World War and changed the results of the First World War. America was fresh with the army and with the money. American soldiers no doubt lacked the warfare techniques of the European, but they were fresh with confidence and zeal. The Russian Revolution and withdrawal of Russia from the First World War put the Anglo-French alliance under more pressure, so it was only American entry in the First World War which made the victory of the Allies certain. From Ludendorff memoirs, we come to know that Germany calculated that submarine warfare would cut off American supply. Within 12 months, Britain would be on her knees. Ludendorff says that the circulation was ludicrously false. Ludendorff, who was the commander of the German army during the First World War, calculated that he would cut off the supply from America to England and France, and with that, Britain would have to surrender within 1 year. But his presumptions proved to be false. Millions of tons of war material poured in the Western Front from the USA. Thus, the USA's contribution to Allied victory was immense. However, the USA tried to impose her own terms at the end of the war as a prize for her sport, failing which she sank again to the policy of isolation. The vacuum caused by USA's withdrawal after 1919 was dangerous. The balance of power became unstable, which Nazi government under Hitler rudely shattered in 1939. Germany wanted to cut off the supply of ammunition from America to England, but it failed to do so, and that was the reason of the victory of Allied power. It only won the First World War due to American entry and American help to England and France. But after the First World War, America did not join League of Nations and resorted to its traditional policy of neutrality or isolation. As a result, people like Hitler emerged in the world and drove the world to another world war. These are the questions we have covered in this module. Why did America adopt the policy of isolation? Why did America enter in the First World War? What was contribution of America in Allied's victory? And what was the cultural affinity between England and America? If you want to explore more on this topic, you can see a YouTube link on your screen. You can search over there to learn more about on this topic. I hope this session have been fruitful for you. With the help of this explanation and internet, you are advised to make the notes of the above topic. We will meet you in next session. Till then, have a nice day.